Okay, so after receiving a lot of complaints on my last predictions, I've completely redone them. I've changed a couple of players around, and yeah, I'm just going to do it all again. So, in goal, as I explained last time, I'm going with David De Gea over Petr Cech this time. So, I did mention that last time round that I was going to go with David De Gea, but obviously Petr Cech was up there, so whatever. So I'm going to go with David De Gea because I feel he's been a lot better than Petr Cech. Although, yeah, because they've kept the same amount of clean sheets and in the same amount of games, but I still think that De Gea has been better than Cech. He's made better saves. He's been more he's made more of an impact for Manchester United than Cech has made for Arsenal, if that makes sense. Then moving on to the left back position here, we have Fuchs. That was complained about quite a lot. I mean, if I was doing this, I probably would start Monreal. I mean, I was looking for for statistics on who's got the most clean sheets, and I couldn't find any. But since Leicester, have been better defensively, I'm going to give it to Fuchs. Then moving into the centre back position, most is pretty much the same. So we have Toby Alderweireld. He's been really good for Spurs this season and kept a lot of clean sheets. I think he might have scored a couple of goals as well. Then moving on to Laurent Koscielny at the other centre back position. He's been really good for Arsenal this season. Been really good defensively for us, and also I think he's the highest scoring defender in the league, so that's pretty good. Even though that's not what he's supposed to do, but he's been there when we need him. As an aerial threat. Then moving on to the right back position, we have Hector Bellerin. He's been really good for Arsenal this season. I don't understand why he wasn't nominated for Young Player of the Year. I mean, I don't think he deserves to win it, but he should have at least been nominated because he's been really good for Arsenal this season. Then moving into the left wing position, slightly controversial this one, but we have Alexis Sanchez. He was really superb for Arsenal before he got injured. Took a while to kind of get his flow going.
We had to get our flow going, but when they wanted to push it in, it was more difficult. The only thing we can say, it's very tight.
When he got back, but eventually he refound his form. Has been getting a couple of goals. I think he got a goal against. Spurs. I think he got a goal against Watford. Got one against West Ham. So he's definitely scoring goals. He maybe wasn't as good as he was before, but obviously that all comes in time. Moving into the first centre mid position, even though he's a cam, I've got Dimitri Payet. He's been really good for West Ham this season. Scored a couple of goals, got a couple of assists as well. His free kicks have been absolutely outstanding. He's been really good for West Ham this season. Then this is the card that I am looking forward to out of any other team this season card. Mesut Ozil. He has just been incredible for Arsenal this season. He's got 19 assists overall in all competitions, and he has 8 goals as well in all competitions. So he's been really, really important for our season. We would be doing awful if it wasn't for him. Then moving into the right mid position, we have Riyad Mahrez. In my eyes, the player of the season. When I talk about Leicester, I'm absolutely speechless because I just don't understand how they have done what they did this year. How is it that last year they were 20th and now they're first and they're going to win the league? I don't understand how that's even possible. Are they on drugs or something, or is Ranieri just an absolute genius? I honestly don't know how Leicester have done it, but I'm not taking anything away from them because they've been absolutely incredible, and Mahrez has definitely been their best player. So that's why I put him in. Then we put his partner in crime, Jamie Vardy, up front. I don't understand Jamie Vardy. Literally 5 years ago, he was working in some factory somewhere, and now he's one of the top scorers in the Premier League. It makes no sense to me. And all I can say is, chat, get banged. Moving on to the next striker position and the final striker position, we have Harry Kane. All jokes aside,
Harry Kane, and I'm Tottenham Hotspur's striker.
I don't like him. he's a Spurs player. We don't like Spurs. Obviously, Kane has been absolutely outstanding for Spurs this season, so that's why I put him in. He's got 25 goals in all competitions, and I think he's got 2 assists as well, so that's pretty good. He's just been really, really good for Spurs. That's why I put him in. We don't like him. He's a Spurs player, but oh well. Then moving into the substitutes here, so that you'll see a couple of changes here. So we have Petr Cech in goal. He's been really good for Arsenal this season, grabbing us a couple of clean sheets. Our defence, hasn't been great. I'll say that it hasn't been great this season. So Czech has been there, you know, defending us. We've definitely won matches because of him. Obviously, Bayern Munich, I mean, in the Champions League, there's an example. I was at the match. He literally saved us so bad in that game. Then we have Nacho Monreal. So he was originally in the starting 11, but I decided to move him down to the bench because there was a few too many Arsenal players in that starting 11. I was being slightly biased, as I am an Arsenal fan. And obviously, I've watched Arsenal more than any other team, so that's probably why I put more Arsenal players in, because I know exactly how they play and how good they are, etc, etc. But then we have Chris, or Mike Smalling, shall I say.
Captain was Mr. Mike Smalling.
Chris, could I?
Oh, Chris, sorry.
He's been really, really, really good for Man United, along with De Gea. I think those two players have definitely helped Man United, you know, be where they are. Because if they weren't there, they'd definitely be lower down the table. I'm talking like Chelsea level. Then we have N'Golo Kante. He is just he's a beast. I'm not even gonna lie. He's an absolute beast for Leicester. I think he's the first player in Europe to reach 100 tackles in the season. So, and obviously Leicester are going to win the league, so there has to be a lot of Leicester players in here. But he's been really, really good for Leicester this season. Then we have Christian Eriksen, another Spurs player I know, but he's been decent for Spurs this season. Got 8 goals, and he's also got 12 assists in all competitions. So he's been really, really good for Tottenham this season. And then moving on to the next player, we have Roberto Firmino. He's been really good for Liverpool this season. Obviously, Liverpool. I was watching the match last night, Liverpool-Dortmund. That was an absolutely insane match. Although Firmino didn't score, I don't think. But whatever. So Firmino's been really good for Liverpool this season. Just coming in from the Bundesliga, he's been really, really, really good. You know, he's got 9 goals, 9 assists, and he's only played about 41 matches, I think. So he's been really, really good for Liverpool. Obviously, you know, he hasn't done as well with some other players, but I think I might as well just chuck him in because he's been really good for Liverpool. Then moving into the striker position, we have Romelu Lukaku. The reason why Aguero isn't in here is because I put him on the reserves, but Lukaku's been really, really good for Everton. Yeah, Lukaku has definitely been Everton's best player by far. He's got 25 goals and 6 assists. That's in all competitions, so the League Cup and the FA Cup. He's been really good for Everton. Then we moving on to the reserves here. So in goal we have Kasper Schmeichel. He has the most clean sheets in the Premier League. So that's really good. So I think he's done a really good job for Leicester this season. And then we have his teammate Wes Morgan, obviously their captain. I would have to chuck him in here. He's done really well for Leicester as well, obviously helping them with the clean sheets. And now we have Dele Alli. I really cannot wait to the Euros to see this guy because he's been really good for Spurs. He's young, he's a really good player. So I'm looking forward to see how he does in the Euros. Then we have Willian from Chelsea. Although Chelsea have had probably one of the worst seasons in the past 20 years, Willian has definitely been, incredible for them regardless. He hasn't given up. Even when they were at their lowest point, when Mourinho was still there, he was still fighting. He was still, making goals, making assists, doing free kicks. He was just really, really good. And then we have Sergio Aguero as the last spot. I would have put him on the substitutes, but I felt Lukaku kind of deserved it a bit more. But I mean, part of that was to the fact that he was injured, but Aguero this season, he has got 23 goals and 5 assists in 37 games, and that's in all competitions, so League, Champions League, League Cup and FA Cup. He has done, obviously it's Aguero, he's bound to do well regardless, so he's done, well for City, so that's why I put him in the reserves. And that completes my BPL predictions. Hopefully you guys won't be as hard on me as you were in the last video, and I don't think the last video hit the sub boxes either, so it hasn't got a lot of views. So that's why I've taken it down, redone this video as well, and then I'm gonna re-upload it. So if you guys did enjoy this video, please leave a like below and also subscribe if you're new to the channel. Please also comment below, who you would change out of this team. But anyway guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next video.